The iFi Go Link Max. Let's talk about it. The iFi Go Link Max is sent out to me directly from iFi. They're a British company, and I appreciate them sending me this product for review. This is a dongle DAC. You use this to power your headphones and IEMs. It has a lot of advantages and is a good product overall. I don't review a ton of dongle DACs on channel, but the first thing I wanted to do is to kind of look at the accessories and kind of take a deeper look at what comes in this package. I like the overall unboxing experience of this dongle DAC. It has a lot of the stats on the back and the power consumption requirements that it uses, and I think that's a nice touch. It shows the importance of technical specs. This is a sticker. It's wonderful. I love stickers so much. This is a card that comes in it. It kind of tells you what type of music you're playing through this, which is nice. You can use this USB-C of any type, which is a huge advantage. Quick diagram if you need it. This is what comes in there. This is good with iPhone, with USB-C and USB-A. It's nice to have options. Not everything includes the old iPhone Lightning connectors, which is a huge advantage. I wanted to take a close look at it. Nice machine look and feel on the outside. The connectors for the 3.5 and 4.4 are close to each other, and this does have a pretty cable that is attached to this. I don't find that to be a problem, but you might. I wanted to look at the website itself. There's some nice little pictures here that you can kind of see. I wanted to just show you briefly a few things. This is an ESX Saber DAC and is a nice overall headphone amplifier. It has quite a bit of fair power, and I encourage you to read over a few of these things here. But what I wanted to kind of share is kind of my experience with this. I found that this ran IEMs extremely well. I found that it ran some headphones well as well. And I thought for a minute that maybe there was a power consumption problem with this, that maybe since it didn't have a ton of power listed in the specs, I would have a problem, but I want to use my most hard to drive headphones. But even with my Dan Clark E3, I had no problems driving this. This is a really competent little dongle DAC that has a great amount of power and that I don't have any issues with it. I don't find that I'm maxed out on how much volume I can use, and I really enjoy it. As far as measurements go, I'll talk a little bit more about measurements later, but this measures really, really well. It's a nice overall dongle DAC. Is it perfect? It's really good, and that's something to note, but there are other dongle DACs on the market. Something like the Crin-Ear new dongle that costs around $89, so a little bit more, does have a little bit more power to have. And you can also use Crin's own graph rig, his 5128 rig, to help you set EQ profiles to this dongle DAC, which is also a nice feature. Another one dongle DAC I want to compare this to is what I use a lot, is the DC07 Pro. It's a nice little dongle DAC. I think it has maybe slightly better power, slightly better sound. The big thing I like about it is it does have a wheel next to it. So sometimes what I want to try to say is that it's not about the measurements. It's not as much about the power, but it's about the fit, the feel, the form factor. This has a detachable cable. That might be a disadvantage to you in your setup. I personally just have an extender USB-C cable, and that I can plug in a dongle DAC into most of my computers, and that works really well for me. I like having something that has this little power wheel and a display volume for volume, and I think that's a positive feature for me. Again, sometimes you have to think about the feature of a dongle DAC, not about the most pristine sound, because most of them, and pretty much all of them, sound transparent and are transparent. So, in summary, what else can I say about this? This was launched about a year ago, and it's a nice product overall. A lot of people have praised it, and I will indeed praise it. I do find this to have a really nice overall tonality. It's hard to describe dongle DACs, and I'll try to describe it better of what I mean at the end of the video. I have a little section that I'll share with you. But if I wanted to describe it, I would say that there's a very slight amount of warmth and it has kind of this slight analog feeling to the dongle DAC. It doesn't have extremely crispy extra treble, but what I'm trying to say is that like the differences between dongle DACs is very, very minor. For some people, I would say it's almost impossible to tell. I would even say that in most A/B attempts, I probably would fail. If I took this and A/B'd it versus another dongle DAC, I don't know if I personally will be able to tell the difference, but I do find this to be competent and to be a nice dongle DAC, but it would be maybe nice to have a tiny bit more power, maybe a little bit of perceived clarity to this dongle DAC. And I do feel that this is a very nice dongle DAC for the price. I feel it gives you great value in the fact that it measures well, it sounds great, it's portable, it has a great unboxing experience with a fun sticker. They've done a good job with this dongle DAC, and it gets 100% recommendation. Is it going to be the most sonic quality thing that you should go after? Maybe not. You might need a little bit more power if you're looking for over-ear headphones. But again, with all my hard-to-drive headphones, I didn't have any problems with it, and I enjoyed the sound of this. I'm going to share with you how I kind of generally feel about dongle DACs. And if you guys have any questions about my feelings or thoughts about this dongle DAC, leave them in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great day. A lot of people ask the question, do amps and DACs matter? They do, but I kind of wanted to show you an analogy. On the right, you have UI Scooty, my son's favorite star. And on the left, we have our son. Our son dwarfs it in size. Now, this drawing is to represent approximately how big UI Scooty would be in our solar system. It would be about all the way out to where Jupiter and Saturn reach. Back to the original picture of DACs and amps. DACs and amps are important. They can burn you and they can cause a lot of harm and issues to your music, but headphones are much more important. They're just a tiny piece in the puzzle, and I think that's important to note. It's almost like grasping at straws, try to differentiate the sound between them unless it's a hyper-colored DAC amp or a very colored R2R DAC amp. There are times it can make an impact, but it's not always that massive of an impact.
Go!
Go!
Go on with you!